Hello! So recently I have read The Selection, and if you haven't read this, I suggest turning off the video, read the book, and then come back, because I don't want to spoil this for you, because this book should not be spoiled. It's amazing, and if you haven't read it, you should. If you have read it, please stay around. So this book takes place after World War IV, where America basically has to restart to something totally different. So now they renamed it Ilia, or however it's pronounced. But anyway, so there's a king, a queen, and then a prince named Maxon, Prince Maxon. And Prince Maxon is coming to an age where he has to pick a wife. So they have something called the selection, where 32 girls are chosen and they compete to marry Prince Maxon, which is like The Bachelor, but better. Anyway, so we have the main character is named America Singer, and so America, she doesn't really want to partake in the selection. The only thing that really convinced her to is her boyfriend Aspen, or who I like to call Aspirin, because at one moment he's telling her he loves her, and then the next he's dumping her, and then he goes back. It's like the roller coaster effect. Well, anyway, so America's mother is bugging her to join the selection because they would get benefits, like they get more money, because in the society it's like the caste, like there's 8, it goes all the way to 8 to the 1s. The 1s being the royalty family. Well, anyways, America's the 5, which is like all the artisans, singers, painters, sculptors. So America's a 5. And so they get benefits, like they'll be get benefits if she's a selection. Like they're not bad off, but they're not wealthy either. So America's mother is bugging her to get it, but America doesn't want to do it because she wants to marry Aspen instead of Maxon. But Aspen tells her that she needs to join it because he would feel guilty holding her back. So America joins it, and America ends up being one of the few that get picked. So now America is in the palace. So as America is getting in the car to leave for the palace, Aspen comes and he's shouting, and she turns around, but then he stops. Like, he's not going to say what he wanted to tell her to begin with. Later on, near the end of the book, you find out he wanted to tell her that he loved her, but didn't want to make a fool of himself or a fool of her and hold her back. So anyways, in the plane to go to the palace, America meets people. One of the people she meets is a girl named Celeste. And Celeste is going to be one of those people who will cause trouble till the end of the book. So anyways, so America's at the palace and they're telling her all these rules. One of the rules basically is women should be seen, not heard. Like, they can't speak above a whisper. So during the selection, there's like all these TV cameras around videotaping as progress goes. And America's going to get interviewed, and she's kind of nervous because she's not good with interviews or questions. She doesn't know what's going to be asked. But anyway, so her and Prince Maxon have their first meeting the first night at the palace, where America is like kind of having one of those moments where just everything is coming to reality, and so she wants to go outside and get some fresh air just to take it in. So as she's running, she finds a guard. She runs to a guard who won't let her outside. So she sees Prince Maxon. Prince Maxon lets her out. Well, they talk, and then America just gets scared because of this whole thing that happened in the book. And she thinks she had ruined her chances with Maxon, but in reality she hasn't, because it turns out he later understands why she did what she did. Well, anyway, so now America and Maxon become friends, because now Maxon understands that America doesn't want to really be here for him. She's mostly here because she was out of force. But as the book progresses, America decides she likes him, and so they start becoming more than friends. At one point, America makes a bet with Prince Maxon, saying that she tried like these hearts, like these breakfast strudel kind of things, and saying her sister would cry to taste one of these, because I guess her sister likes sweets. And America, she's not into all this dressing up kind of thing. So America makes a bet with Maxon that if her sister cries, she gets to wear pants, and if her sister doesn't cry, then she owes Maxon a walk in the garden. And it turns out she loses, but still she gets her pants and she walks in the garden with Maxon. But so as the book progresses, though, we see the character Celeste is coming to be meaner and meaner and meaner. Like, Maxon is totally blind to this. Like, he doesn't see who Celeste really is. So at one point in the book, America tries to tell him, hey, this person's a jerk. Yeah, Anna slapped him, but aggravated to do it. Well, Max is thinking, no, she's just being mean. Well, see, this is the thing. Guys never know who is the jerk. They think everyone is out just to get this one person. They don't really see what really goes on. So they are blinded. So they don't see the real personality behind the person everyone hates. So Maxon, when I said he was blind with the way Celeste actually acts, so when America is trying to tell him who she really is, Maxon's all like, well, she can't be like that because she's nothing but nice to me when I'm around her. Well, yeah, well, she's not going to show her true personality in front of the prince. So then Maxon basically shows America his true powers and that how she needs to respect him and that she does not make the decision. So now America and him just got into an argument, so they're also mad. So at dinner, Maxon tugs his ear, which is like a little sign saying, hey, I want to talk to you, and they would return by another ear tug. So then, like, they knew how to communicate without being so obvious. Well, America doesn't return his ear tug because she does not want to talk to him right now. So America ends up making a pretty good point saying, well, if that's the girl he wants, then why is she even here to begin with? Later on in the book, like halfway through it, America is faced with another challenge. So she's walking a hallway and Aspirin is back. He got drafted, but instead of getting drafted to the war, he got drafted to work as a palace guard. So now America has to deal with him now because she still has feelings for him, but she already told Prince Max that it's possible that she can fall in love with him. So because they just had this big balcony scene and everything. Well, anyway, so Prince Maxon sees America talking to Aspen and asks, oh, you know her? Well, Maxon, not knowing the history of these two, makes Aspen America's guard for her room because she refuses to have maids because she wants some of her alone time. So now Aspen is guarding America's door, and so now Aspen is now talking to America. America is trying not to, like, fall in love again. So it's night, and Aspen is talking to America, saying he still loves her and he's sorry for what happened and he regrets it. So now America is now bombarded with Aspen and now Maxon, and so Aspen kisses America, and so now she's kind of in this weird love triangle where she feels like she's cheating on Maxon, which she is, but she originally loved Aspen. So all through the book, the palace gets attacked 3 times total. Well, the 3rd time was a really bad one where everyone had to, like, it was middle night, everyone had to go down this, like, cellar kind of thing and hide. Well, so America brings her maids with her because she thinks this ain't fair that they have to risk their lives, go to their safe place when she can save their life by going down with her. So she brings them down here. Well, there's a maid called Lucy who's had a really bad experience in one of the past attacks. So she's really paranoid during these things. So America brings her with her. And so these guards and one of the people in charge were like, oh, well, good, you brought your maids down, now they can work. And America thinking, no, she ain't going to work for you. Because America thinks them as individuals and does not think them as workers, more as her friends. So America is basically taking charge here, is saying, hey, this is what they're going to do and they're not going to work right now for you. So after the attack, 3 girls wanted to leave. So they decided to leave. America gets to call her family and tell them that she's alright. Well, her sister May asked her, do you love Maxon? And this is the first time in the book where America honestly admits she does like Maxon. And so it's kind of like one of those good moments. Well, anyways, next day at breakfast, Maxon is kind of like quiet and he's not saying anything. He's not his usual self. So he stands up and says, because of the attacks, I'm not going to put your life in danger if I see no future with you. So he, instead of, usually the elites are like the top 10, well, he decides to narrow to 6. And so there's only a few people left. Now, America was one of the last people to get in as the 6 elites. But so she's in now. So she goes and talks to Prince Maxon about it, and she confesses to him that she loves him. And so they now are going to try to make it work. But anyway, so in the end, the last chapter of the book, Aspen is asking America if she still loves him. And America says yes, but she also loves Maxon. And Aspen is pretty taken back by this. Like, he's not okay with Maxon liking her because he still likes her. So America's kind of feel a little guilty pleasure because now she feels like he is fighting for her, so she is fighting for him. So near the end of the book, she basically tells Aspen that, hey, I like Maxon now, but I still like you. So she's not saying that, hey, we're still going to work out, because she's basically saying, I'm going to be myself, I'm going to be my own person now, and I'm going to make the decision. Anyways, those were a few highlights I found interesting in the book. And if you've read it and you'd like to share your opinions on it, feel free to comment below. Please like it if you liked the video, and please subscribe to my channel if you want to hear more on books. Thank you for watching. Bye!